Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. Back to the basics. Um, we did a little bit last episode. We did a lot of cleaning out and getting this geyser tapped. We do want to get down here and get all of this water and polluted water pulled up. The problem is we do need higher temp equipment for that, and that's okay. We extended all the way down here into an oil biome. I'm assuming this is closer to the bottom of the map. But we extended all the way down, and now we have a cool salt slush geyser, which will help cool this area, as well as oil. And we have an oil reservoir here, and I think that's the only one I've seen so far. But I mean, one oil reservoir is better than no oil reservoirs, and we have plenty of water to put into it. So, not complaining too much there. We're going to get some more of this dug out. I don't really know where this polluted water came from. Probably from here. There's probably some polluted water, or some polluted ice that has been in there. Oh, you don't get databanks from these. I do this like every episode because I forget that you don't get databanks from them. Oh, there's also a geyser here that I noticed, which is another, if this is a cool slush geyser. If I'm not mistaken, the slush geyser by itself is polluted water, which is, you know, obviously different than the brine. So this will be, that'll be great. I mean, I wanted, I think I mentioned it the last episode, I really wanted more sources of water, and these are two really good sources. Now, this brine geyser doesn't really, it doesn't produce a ton. We're only talking 1.2, 1.3 kilos per second average output, which isn't a huge amount, especially when you look at one of these guys that's using, you know, 1 kilo of water per second. So it only will power one of them, which is okay. It's honestly not that big of a deal. It's just that's one of those gauges that I look at for these, right? We did go ahead and analyze this. There was enough water here to where the dupe wasn't getting hit by the steam, so they were able to safely just kind of stand in here and do that. And the outputs of these is kind of the same with the brine geyser. I mean, you're only talking, you know, 1 kilo of water per second, 1 kilo of steam, but I mean, the steam readily converts to water, and you don't lose any of it. And if I'm not mistaken with brine, let's see. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure like 30% of it's salt. So, I mean, even when this is converted to water, you're gonna lose 30% of it, right? And I don't think it's more in this. No, it's the same amount. Yeah, you're gonna lose 30%, which is okay. It just means when you're looking at the output of this geyser, you have to kind of take that into consideration if you're going to be using it purely for water. Which we could also use it for cooling. That is another thing that's great with this. It comes out at -10. So like I said, it's going to cool this area off. This area was warmer. If I'm not mistaken, this was like 70 degrees. And like some of this crude oil is still 70 degrees, 75 over here. Like a lot of this is 80. So I mean, there is going to be a lot of there's tons of heat down here, and this will just help. This will just help with that. If I'm not mistaken, I could create like I have bottle drainers now. I could create a thing where this is split off with 2 bottle drainers, one for brine, one for crude oil, and then put them in their own like storage areas. But I don't necessarily have to do that right now. They can just stay down there for the time being. This has lowered quite a bit. If I'm not mistaken, last episode it was kind of up here. So that's really good. And we are honestly just kind of getting stuff cleaned out. We automated this last episode as well. I accidentally put too much hydrogen in here when I was doing it. We somehow got a glossy Draco egg, even though they're not... I gotta set that. I got a glossy Draco egg, even though they're not eating mealwood. Mealwood, if I'm not mistaken, is what they're supposed to eat to make glossy Dracos. Yeah, I just got a cool 2%. You love to see it. We're gonna dig some of this area out as well. We do kind of want to get these growing again. So we're gonna dig a little bit more of this area out just to raise the hydrogen up a bit. We got the suit set up so our dupes aren't having trouble with irritated eyes or anything along those lines, which is fantastic. Because it does become a problem. So anytime we come this direction, we've got that taken care of. And what we'll likely do is we'll likely just keep all of this here, right? What I could do is I could, like, basically block everything off. Like, I could just do this and keep all of this in this section, which I probably should do, if I'm completely honest. And this should likely... How hot is it over here? 39.4 versus my 25 to 30 base. What does this require? Bomb lilies require 35 to 85. So we need this to stay warmer than what the base is. So what I think I'll do is I will just... I could lock it in just like that, but... do like this. We'll do like this, and then what we might do, actually, after the autosave, of course, what I actually think I'll do is I'm going to push this oxygen out, and then close it off. That way, when I close it off, the oxygen doesn't get trapped in here. There is already some polluted oxygen in here, but that's not that big of a deal. What I might want to do is I might want to do this a little smarter. I might want to build this first. Build this first, and then build the other from the inside. Like, do this. Perfect. And then what can happen is we can dig this. This will allow us to dig this area out a bit easier, and so we'll have the levels. Hopefully, I was really hoping some of this would float back in, but what I might need to do is I might need to kind of take out some of these. Is our trap still here? Our trap is there. I remember when these were only single use, which was such a pain, and I'm pretty sure they used to take plastic as well, which crazy. Or at least it felt crazy. Those are all 8s. Perfect. Like I said, there is some polluted oxygen in here, but that's not as big of a deal. Now, I will want a spot for this bleach stone as soon as it pops up. So we'll probably just try to immediately sweep it into here. I think I forgot to show this, but I set up a little water line here. All of my mealwood was starting to stifle. So what I had to do is I set this little pool up that's coming from the dupe's bathroom, and it's just rotating through. Just taking out some of the heat from here, and then I put a line of insulated tile down here just to make sure we didn't have any problems with it. Um, that way, most of this heat hopefully won't extend up. What I might need to do is I might need to put some insulated pipes here. Just to guarantee we don't have a massive transfer of heat, because we're still getting some body temperature problems here at the edge. I don't really know why this tile is insulated, but we're not going to talk about it. See, these guys are down to the 29.3. Perfect. Oh, some reservations. Oh, we only need 4, so we need one more nature reserve. Which, honestly, we might be able to find something on the map that we can make it. We can literally just make this a nature reserve right here. So let's do furniture. Actually, we might just do the, see how many are here. Oh, there's plenty here. We can just make this a nature reserve. We're going to be coming in here to harvest this stuff anyway. Probably decently often. It's in furniture, right? There it is. Crazy, I passed it twice. Let's do that out of granite. Do I have anything with better decor than granite? No. That. Oh, nope, not there. We don't really want to dig up any of them. There we go. This room is now 51 tiles. Our nature reserve can be up to 120, so we are good. And this should give us that achievement. Yep, there it is. Some reservations, so we have 4 nature reserves. I think the dupes still run across here to get to the metal refinery, I believe. So they do get the buff from that, which is great. Oh man, that makes it really hot. It's not as bad. That's not as bad as what the iron was. The steel is going to be really rough. Let's see, this is at 36. Ew. Ew. Raise it by 56. Man, that's gonna make 90 degree. It's gonna make 90 degree polluted water. Now this doesn't flash until 119, so it's okay. It's okay because it's dumping back out. The problem is this is gonna make this area really hot, and it will scald my dupes, and we don't want to do that quite yet. So we might just leave this alone for now. We could make more gold. We don't really need more gold right now. We have 6.8 tons. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we have a couple tons of copper as well. And we have 3 tons of copper. We can make more copper. Why not? We'll just make a ton of it. That's fine. Let's see. So we did dig out this, which... Oh, the pressure's not great. I see. What I can do is I can kind of do this. Dig this out. This should all be a priority of 8. That's all good. I'm just doing this so I can kind of let the gases flow. Now, if I can get the polluted oxygen isolated, I think we can get the mealwood growing as well. Yeah, we can get the mealwood growing in here if we can isolate this polluted oxygen. The problem is like polluted oxygen and chlorine, they kind of are doing this weird like I think polluted oxygen is a bit lighter than chlorine, and that's why it's kind of sitting on top like this. Um, but at the same time, like you have instances like this where the chlorine is doing a weird thing on the bottom. So gases in the game are a little weird, and they can cause mild issues. Can I change these to? Did they fix that? No, they didn't fix that. That's okay. So what I can do? How warm is this water? This water is at 27, which is actually a pretty good temp. That gives me a couple. That gives me a couple degrees to play with. So let's look at the furniture. So this will cover. This will cover 7 of them, right? And then we'll need that. I'm going to try to work on some bristleberries. Because if we can turn them into sludge, that'd be great. Just because it's one of those resources that is... I'm not going to do that. I'm going to move it to this one. This one's a shorter distance. It's one of those resources that's just fantastic for... Shoot. Sorry. It's one of those resources that's just fantastic for, like, just food. And then... it won't be as big of a deal for space in base game because I don't know if you actually do this space the same way in base game. Let me see. Do you still have to make... No, I don't think you can. I don't think you have like a whole like area that you build for the duplicates like you do in Spaced Out. Which is fine. Which 100% fine. But I didn't mean to print a dupe. Oops, we misclicked. We need beds. Let's sweep this stuff up. I would really like to move these puffs somewhere else. If we can. Like, could we keep them? Let's do this. And what do we need? Hold on. We'll need a grooming station, which we'll have deactivated right now because I'm not really too worried about ranching these guys. And then how big is the critter condo? We want this to be 100. So here. Well, it could be regular tiles, right? 100. Yeah, I know. I don't need to do all that. Just do this. Good question. Why wouldn't I just make everything these? Because they look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing anyway, in my opinion. The only thing that really needs the tile is this. Then we need a critter drop off here. What the purpose of this is going to be, I don't actually know if this needs to be a full tile or not, or if I could just put a dab of water here and they won't fly across. I'm just trying to centralize the puffs here. There should be plenty of polluted oxygen here for them for a little while. If we need to add more in, we could always seal this off and pump the room full of polluted oxygen. But they will drop slime from this, which will off gas. So I don't think it's going to be a problem, if I'm honest. We have plenty of metals to build that. We are getting plenty of meat from this, which is fantastic. I don't know how we got 11 kilos from that. There must have been 3 of them that went at the same time. So I have plenty of barbecue. We're getting some lice loaf going. My water is still going well. And then what we will do is we will set this to... I don't have bristleberries yet, and that's okay. I kind of want to set this to don't do frost buns anymore. We're running slightly lower on food than we were, and that's okay. These are also going to be a 7, just like the other ones were. This water should still rotate just fine. And we'll also hopefully keep all of this nice and cool. And how is this looking? Because I could just up to here. Yeah. If I'm honest, we're just going to deconstruct all of them. We might as well have a full thing of bristle blossoms going. We might as well. If I'm completely honest, we might as well. What we will have to do, though, at some point is we'll have to convert this pool over to a different water source in order to actually keep them running. Because they do consume quite a significant amount of water. I know I just said that I wasn't really worried about bristle blossoms right now, but hey, you know, sometimes it's just like, you know what? Let's actually do that. Ooh, we're gonna start from this side because I don't think there's gonna be quite enough to do all of them. These require dirt too. They only require water. Okay. For some reason I thought bristle blossoms also required dirt, but it's just water and illumination. So I can get all of this stuff swept out. Oh, we don't have this up yet. Ha, oops. It is also... Oh, these are 10. For some reason, I thought these were 5 watts. That's okay. Not a big deal. We did not build a bed for that dupe. Oopsie. So let's get that done. And if I'm not mistaken, we could also get another... Yeah, we have a Masterworks decorator. So we could get that as well. Let's see. Do we have community tables? Yeah, we do have communal tables. We could put in communal tables as well. So what I think we will do is I will... Can I put it here? I can't put it here. We can put it here, here. I won't be able to put this here now, which is okay. And then we will put 3 there. I'm just gonna put a bunch of portraits in here strictly because I can, not for any other reason. Oh no, it takes up my buddy buds. I didn't realize that. That's okay. We'll go and get those deconstructed then. And then what I will do is I will get some, what I will need is, if I'm not mistaken, it requires some displayed items. So I'll do this. And this. Deconstruct buildings. Get this deconstructed. Oh, the wood came from the our arbor trees. Nice. There has to be an ornament. What do we want to be an ornament? Sure, we'll do that. And then get them, Catalina. Give me those masterpieces. There we go. We have our little ornaments. So we should have... Oh, it's still a great hall. Why is it still a great hall and not a banquet hall? Communal table, no industrial machinery, decor building, recreational building, display ornament. No mess tables. What? There are no mess tables. Do these not count as display ornaments? What? They don't count as displayed ornaments. Then what counts? Wait, that's goofy. So artifacts. So artifacts and then the lumen quartz are the only things that it looks like can go on the pedestal and count. I don't think we have. Yeah, we don't. We don't have. Wow, interesting. I didn't realize that. Okay, well, we can't have a banquet hall yet. My bad. I didn't realize that it was required that it had to be like an actual like ornament. That's okay. I think we have. Have we seen the? Not one here. It's another slush geyser. I don't think we've seen where the ornament is. This is down to 51 degrees. Which is honestly kind of crazy. I do wonder... The problem with the desalinator is it runs really hot. So you have to be kind of careful with it. Oh, I meant to do... Sorry, I meant to put a farming station in here. If I'm not mistaken, this guy needs... We need... Requires fertilizer? Oh, that's it. So let's go ahead and put a container in here for fertilizer. All right, and we did get a reward for these paintings, which they actually painted all different ones, which is awesome. Which is the Art Underground achievement, which isn't super hard to get. You just kind of have to max out one of the dupes' painting skill or artist skill. It's not super hard to do. I am kind of surprised we haven't gotten the one that is a sick dupes get cure a sick duplicate of disease. I thought this procced when they got better. I guess not. I guess we'll actually have to make med packs to cure them of the slime lung. Now, I don't know if we have anybody who can do it or anybody who's actually interested in it. Let's see. Do we have anybody interested in medicine compounding? Max is interested. Sure, actually. Let's put Max on it. Why not? He's interested in it. I mean, we might as well. Oh, I didn't mean to zoom in. There we go. We are working on some medical packs. That way we can get rid of all the slime lung. Oh, did he just get slime lung germs? He did. That's funny. Yeah, we have so much slime lung just because of all these biomes around us. Which, I mean, honestly, it's okay. It's not really hurting a whole lot. We just kind of need to, we just need to get rid of the polluted oxygen, really. If I'm not mistaken, as you get rid of the polluted oxygen, it just kind of dies on its own. This is still coming out at like 28. It's coming out at 28. So this is not heating up too bad, which is fantastic. What are we doing? Why does this keep procking that we're in combat? Oh, because we can't actually get down there. Alright, guys. Let's just put it here. Boy. Oh, we got another achievement. I don't actually know what this one is. Oh, the one we were just working on. Duh. So we did cure a sick duplicant, so I guess he put him in the chair and... Yep, put him in the chair and he's curing the slime lung. Nice. I wonder if he can cure his own slime lung. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So we've gotten like 3 achievements this episode already, which is pretty cool. I mean, and we have episodes like that. I think a couple episodes ago, like we had 2 like episodes where we just didn't get a single achievement. But I mean, that's how it happens sometimes, sadly, is it's just you're just kind of you're working to complete the tasks, and it can be very slow with oxygen not included. Yeah, we kind of want to seal this off because I want this cold to stay for as long as we can. I mean, it's negative 33. So the cold will stay for a while, especially with the extra Wheezeworts. But if we leave it open, especially next to this oil biome, it will start melting, and we don't want it to yet. We want to be able to make as much berry sludge as we can. So because you can have as much berry sludge in excess as you want, and it'll never go bad, right? So it's kind of important to just have it. Let's see. Will it tell me? Exceptionally long shelf life is all it says. Let's see, do I have berry sludge in any of these? I do not. Oh, I don't have it checked, which means that it should just be right here. Yeah, so it has... Yeah, there's not even an expiration time on it. What we do... And I can get automation up here. Ah. That would require me to come out one more here, but that should be okay. And then what can happen is I can put a automation wire here. I know it's cold, guys. We'll be okay. The cold is not near as bad as the hot. Hot stuff becomes a problem really quick. This is going to be pea water? So I wonder if I bring it into here. Holy moly. Man, who needs to domesticate Sleetwheat, man? We are out here just farming it from the frickin' farming it from just the wild planted stuff, man. Like, nice. Berry sludge is increasing. Our barbecue, we have an insane amount of barbecue as well. Our guys are starving quite a bit, which is a small problem. We would like them not to starve. How's our scale growth is at 100. This should be at like an 8. We should be. I mean, we have 28 reed fibers. It's not really that big of a deal, but I would kind of like to close in this temperate biome here. At least a little bit. And how many bomb lily flowers do we have access? Squeaky puffs? Dense puffs? We have a dense puff here. The dense puff we can kind of have just wherever, so I will move him here. Like, dense puffs can just kind of go wherever they want. It's the other ones that we don't want. Where are the squeaky puff eggs? Oh. Oh, there's puffs here. Wrangle them. I don't think we want squeaky puffs anywhere really either. Guess we can relocate them. Here is fine. We don't really want them to hatch and become a problem. Puffs have a habit of becoming a problem. Speak of the devil. I just grabbed some more mushrooms, that's fine. We kind of need to expand stores for food, it looks like, kind of. We have lots of bristleberries coming in. I mean, it looks like we're able to deal with them for the most part. We're making most of them into berry sludge, so we're not having to do a whole lot of gristleberries. Which is really good for us. I don't know why this isn't getting done super quick. That's okay. Oh, this guy's dormant anyway. Ah, Sag. That's okay. Is there a sleep wheat here? I don't think there's a way that I can get out and around. Yeah, there is. I can just... We can go this and this, and then that'll allow me to harvest that without too much trouble. Is this the... Yeah! This is the ATN! I like the ATN. It's fun. There's more... Oh, there's another oil biome down here, which is kind of interesting. How is this polluted water solid still? I guess it's not that. If you don't know, there's about a 3-degree range on each end. I'm not sure if it's on each end, but I know there's about a 3-degree range between like things flashing between freezing, liquid, and gas. So that's one of the reasons why, especially with like if you're trying to turn like polluted water into steam without wanting it to off gas, you definitely want the temperature to be so high that it flashes immediately without the calculation even really having to kind of quote unquote think about it too much. So you want it, if you're wanting to flash this to steam, and quickly, you really want it to be basically 122, 123 to guarantee it. And really, honestly, you're gonna have steam turbines anyway, so you're probably gonna want this to be like 125, 150 anyhow. But we're not doing any steam rooms right now anyway. It's just talking about it. We are apparently just it is a sleet wheat day and we are currently harvesting. Can I do anything with all of this water weed? I know it makes lettuce, but like I don't know if there's really anything we can do with the lettuce. There's not. Not That's the only annoying thing about like water weeds. It's I don't think you can really do anything with them until you get the really good until you get the really good, what is that stupid thing? The natural gas oven, whatever it's called. I don't even have it yet. I don't even have it yet. Funny enough. Or is it the gas range? Yeah. I don't know if the dehydrator and rehydrator are actually in base game. Are they? I'm not actually sure if I'm completely honest. I think they are. Um, I don't remember seeing them in game until after the huh. I think it was I think it was the Frosty Planet pack that I saw them, but I 100% could be wrong. No tropical pacu egg. There's still so much polluted water and stuff down here as well. That will allow us to harvest that. There's so many pockets of sleet wheat, man. It's honestly kind of crazy. That's got its own little space. Pop this. Let the game autosave. I'm not really worried about popping that right now. Let's see. We have 132,000 kilocalories of berry sludge now, which is pretty good. We could also start making steel. I am a little worried about it though, because like I said, this is like 33 degrees and it'll pop out at almost 90 or a little over 90. Um, which is not great because that will warm up this area to where our dupes will just be insanely hot. What I could do though, I guess, is I could come down here. Let's see. What I would need to do is I would need to basically put this liquid vent here, and then this would all have to be insulated pipe so that the surroundings won't heat up too much. But we'll do this and we'll see. We'll see if we can get a couple batches in. If we can, that's great. If not, we won't worry about it too much. I don't want to overheat the dupes, and I don't want them to have I don't want them to scald. We have a hospital. Like we have a hospital dedicated to them. But we don't really want to play that game too awful much. Some of this stuff swapped out a bit. Actually, we don't want to do this yet because we don't want there to be. We don't want the gases to exchange. I'd really like to keep. I'd really like to keep my base just oxygen and P oxygen. Hopefully, getting some of this out soon. Um, and then of course, you know, CO2. The CO2 is really good, and the CO2 will end up flowing down and coming to this carbon skimmer, which will end up taking care of it. It's all at 30. This is up to 28. Not too bad. How long do we have before this is active again? 6 cycles. Not bad at all. So let's see. Let's see average. This has got a 1500 average output. Now with the slush, it is of course polluted water. So when polluted water is converted to it's only like, yeah, that's right. It's only like, is it like 1%, right? When you clean it out? No, it's a 1-to-1 ratio for some reason. I didn't realize that for some reason. I thought it was kind of like the salt water where you lose a little bit, but I guess it is just 1-to-1. Which is great. Honestly, that's pretty great. This does come out at -10 though. And because it comes out of -10, I built this pipe entirely out of granite. It's regular piping. So I need to run it. I need to run it through this water. Is what I need to do. I'm gonna run it through this water. This does look a bit goofy, but what I'm doing is I want to make sure, one, that it heats up enough to where once we put it in here, that it doesn't freeze immediately, because water does have a lower freezing point than what polluted water does. I'm sorry, a higher quote unquote freezing point than polluted water does. So if this goes into the sieve and comes out of water at less than the freezing point of water, it will just freeze and crack my pipes. And then that'll be a huge problem for us. And we don't want that. So let's take the sprinting pod real quick. Spicy tofu. I should probably start taking more dupes at this point, because we do have a lot of labor things going on, but I still kind of need to get suits set up. Let's grab this guy. He's supplying and researching, so he'll learn a bit faster. So let's go. Let's go, Pikachu. We'll do that. I would really like to get some, I'd really like to get more decor oat out and done. Get that harvested. Did we get this done? We did get this done. Perfect. Alright, we've got those back growing, so our boys... It doesn't look like they were starving. There were a couple of them that were starting to starve. That's fine. So this is finally getting to the point where it's going down. This is dormant. This is also dormant. I would like to analyze this. And what I think I will do is I think I will pop down just like so. This is going to need to be gold amalgam, I do believe. This one will probably need to be gold amalgam as well. And then we will... What I will end up doing is I think what I'll end up doing is I'll end up closing this off with a insulated door and just kind of letting this do its thing. And then eventually I'll run coolant down. Of course, I don't have to do that right now, but eventually I'll run some coolant down. Let's do this. Get that going. We'll get this. We need to make it out of gold amalgam because it has extra overheat temp. I don't think we need to do any of that. What I can do is I can come up here, and with the water that's down here and has cooled down a bit, what we can do is we can kind of to pull more heat out of that, we can do this. Same with this. Does that come out as far? No, it does not come out as far. Just connect it directly up to that. We can't get down there now. Good job. That was my fault. I think she can still breathe. She can still breathe. She'll be okay, right? Right? We'll be alright. We will need to get up here anyway. Oops. Should have thought about that a little better, but, you know, that happens. Perfect. We're not eating any of the berry sludge right now, right? No, we're not. Which is great. We want it to build up. How's our bristleberry looking? We only have 11,000 kilocalories. We could go ahead and start working on those. How's this doing? We only have 2 spots of the oxygen. No. I take it back. I take it back. Take it back. We need suits to go in there. We need suits to go in there. We have this pipe running all the way up. We do want to set this to send a green signal if this is above, say, how much, let me see, how much can we do here? So we can only put 10 kilos in a pipe at a time. So we'll just say 100 kilos. That should be perfectly fine. Then we will get all this dug out. This can be harvested. Have this whole other oil biome down here. It's a massive cold biome too. We'll hopefully be able to keep this cold, like I said, and just be able to harvest the resources from it. I can also slide our way over here and start grabbing some of this sleet wheat. So we do have all this built. We want to deconstruct this. We want all of these pipes to go into this one, just closer to the water, and hopefully we won't have to worry too much about the temperature spread. We'll see if we can get a couple of the, these going. Get some sweeps done. we started? We have started. So yeah, this pops this up to 92 degrees. Which, in all fairness, doesn't increase the temperature of this pool too much. I can make this like a 7, and we can get this coming over as well, which will just give me more density. Now, of course, this is, 33 degrees, so it's still warm, but it's not awfully warm. And we shouldn't have any of the heat transfer to the environment here. So we can get steel going. And that'll be fantastic. So steel is so useful, especially later on. Let's see, this is still dormant. I actually kind of want all of this to be a 7 at the very least, because we kind of need to get it done. It is kind of imperative to get it done because we don't have suits over here yet. So we wanna actually be able to not mark our dupes. Do I have power down here yet? I do not have power down here yet. That's okay. That is quite alright. Easy peasy. Alright. Hopefully we can get down here, get this done this episode. It is a little warm here, but it shouldn't be so bad that we're gonna have issues. Shouldn't be, I say. Nope, not there. What I do think we're gonna do, and this might look a little goofy, is I can deconstruct this. We're gonna want to come over here. That's quite alright. I'm going to move this up one so it's even with everything. Like I said, I know that seems a bit goofy, but I like everything to be nice and even. And this lines up with my 4. Put this here. This is gold, so that's perfect. I need to pop into here and get all this loot. Here, and I will go to I will go to the screen where I, load. Actually, we'll just go here for now. And then I should be able to just come down here. Don't need to come that far down. Yeah, it's way too hot to play around with all this stuff over here. And this is all dug out. So we've got our water sources dug out and ready to go here. They are still dormant for both of them are still dormant for 19 cycles. So it's not a huge deal currently. But we'll get them all swept out. And that I might get it vacuumed out. I don't think I will though, because this stuff will help kind of transfer the temperatures and keep it low enough to where the steam automatically goes into water. That should just be perfectly fine. So we'll take care of that. And then we also do have this coming in and chilling our hydrogen. And it's likely not bringing down this oxygen a whole heck of a lot, but it might help manage some of that temperature for a little while. So we'll see. And plus it heats this up enough to where it's usable, because at -15, if we were to convert it to water, we wouldn't be able to use it. It would just immediately freeze into ice, and then it would break our pipes, and then I would be unhappy. So, so we shouldn't have a problem with it now. This is still going okay. The problem with this is we might need to rethink it a little bit. What I could have is this branch off and like cool some of this stuff. I don't know how good of an idea that is, but this is increasing in temperature and we don't want that. It will end up becoming a problem at some point, but that's a problem for next episode, if I'm completely honest. We also have steel production going now. This water is heating up a little bit. Now, we are still basically touching this cold biome down here. So it does cool down here at the bottom where it's being sucked up. So we shouldn't have to worry about it flashing for a while. We have, let's see how much steel we have. We have 2,500 kilograms of steel, which honestly is good, and that will last us. I mean, that is 2 aqua tuners, I believe, because aqua tuners are 1,200. Yeah, aqua tuners are 1,200, so we can put in some aqua tuners to start keeping this stuff cool instead of trying to pump it like this. And honestly, that might be exactly what we do. Like, I might just stop pumping it out now. And just continue to pump it in just the way it is. Ooh, poke shells. So, but that will be a task for next episode. We really want to get a new kitchen in, because we have a ton of berry sludge now. We have a ton of that stuff going on. We could make, I don't know why we're not making cooked seafood. We could make gristleberries if we wanted. It's not a great food, but it would be a use for my bristleberries that are coming through. However, the berry sludge is just so good that it's worth the wait. And we have so much sleet wheat on this map. Like, look at all this. This is all sleet wheat that we have seen but haven't done anything with. Um, I just haven't done it yet. But since it's been discovered, it has just been producing this deep frozen sleet wheat for forever. We got this done, which we do want this closed off. We still have 18 cycles before these even start going again, but we do want to have it closed off and ready to go when that does happen. I do have it being swept out, so we don't have to worry about removing hot material from it as soon as it starts erupting. Um, we want to close this off, which hopefully I'll throw in a couple suits and do this next episode. We do still have these natural gas geysers. We have one here, and I found one up top too. I don't remember if I said anything about it last episode or this one. But we have a nat gas geyser up here too. So I mean, a lot of power. This is power and polluted water. So it's kind of a baby water geyser if you want to call it that. So we have a lot. We have a lot we can do. A lot we can tame. We Like I said, we started this cool slush geyser, which is just kind of coming up and cooling things. Um, it is up to 37 degrees when it comes in now. It's not heating up as much as it was. It was like 40 earlier. So it's not heating up near as much as it was, and it's probably because this hydrogen is getting a lot lower. So it's not taking quite as much heat out of it. And I don't think the oxygen has came down a bunch. It might have come down like point so degrees, but it definitely has not been a lot. And these guys are going to start stifling if I'm not careful, which I have not been careful. What I could do instead of this, because this is cute, but it doesn't do a whole lot for me, annoyingly enough. What I could do, the problem is going to be with the temperature, because this is still like coming from here. It's cold. Coming from here, it's 18 degrees. So what I might do is I might take this. We'll go 1, 2, 3. That should be decently consistent. It should be decently consistent with what we want to do here. Because 18 degrees is pretty good. Because these guys survive from, let's see, 5 to 30. So anywhere from that 10 to 25-degree range is going to be the optimal temperature for us anyway. But I'll get this done real quick, just so we can get this resolved before the end of the episode, and then that'll be it. And then we do want to get this uncovered. We can use this for cooling anything, freezing a lot of things. Like, and we have a lot of hydrogen. The thing is, I haven't seen a hydrogen geyser yet, and I can't see the star map because I'm not on Spaced Out, sadly. The problem is this doesn't actually work if I do this. Oh, he did it. That's fine. Alright, well, that's annoying. I think if I do this, it should be okay. Get this going. Get all this built. And we will be having a great time. We should have plenty of barbecue now. I was thinking of letting the dupes eat the berry sludge, but I mean, honestly, it's just backup food for now. I'd love to make more steel. I have to be really careful with this because I really don't want this stuff to flash into steam. We really don't want that to happen. Because if we start scalding the dupes, this area just becomes an absolute danger. So we are hooked up now. Let me see if I can... This is at 30 degrees, but it'll decrease, like, very fast. I'm afraid it might be too low a temp. That's 2 degrees. Uh-oh. That might be too cold. It might not be a big deal, though, just with how everything runs up here. Just because everything around it is producing heat and is hot, it might not be as big of a deal. Like, bringing this oxygen down to, 10 degrees is not going to hurt us a whole lot. But this stuff is going to sit here. Oh, it's sitting here at negatives now. The hydrogen is not pulling any heat out of it. That's okay. It'd be fine. It'd be fine. It'd be fine. It does give us a pretty frequently replaced... I'm worried that'll be too cold eventually, and it might. It'll be okay. We'll worry about it another time. It's not that big of a deal. I would like to do glossy Drecos here too, just until we can, just until we get this filled up and get everything going the way we need to. The problem, like I said, is we can't do mealwood because it's too hot, and we can't do anything else because it is... Everybody's glum. I might have to move them down. That's what I might have to do. What's your scales at? Your scales are at 100, so we could get this guy's tame. All right, we will worry about that in the next episode. It's been great, everyone. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.